Three, two, one. All right. All right. Welcome everyone to another episode of Kind Hearts Podcast. We in this episode we are interviewing Malik Long, aka Dapper Cool. We met him through Poets of Poetry and Me events. Poets of Steel. He's a Poets of Steel member. He's just real positive energy dude, and so
just like you,
thank you, Mr. Long, aka Dapper Cool. Thank you, and welcome to the show. And
thank you, man. Yeah. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. I'm at work right now, but it's cool though. You know, it's a quiet day, so it's all good.
No worries. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to slide us in.
Yes.
So, Malik or Dapper. Dapper Cool. I like Dapper Cool is sick there. First of all, how'd you come up with that name?
Well, you know, when I was growing up, I like to dress up in suits and dress shirts.
I can tell you. He keeps it old school. The way, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm like, bro, like, well, we would call that pimp. And he's like, nah, ain't no pimp, man. I'm just cool, man. Like, right. I'm just like, he's like, don't get it twisted. I'm just like, damn, okay. He's like, he got that old school smoothness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been lost these days, but it's just funny. It's like really. It's real authentic, you know what I'm saying?
So I've just been I like to dress up, you know, in shirts and ties and hats and shoes. And one of my uncles has influenced me on dressing up because he used to be in a clique called GQ when they just hang together and dress in suits and dressy shirts and all that. So yeah, my uncle, shout out to my Uncle Derek, he influenced my style.
That's hilarious, man. That's so hard. That's like a dope ass tradition, I guess among like friends, you know, that needs to be like revitalized among friends. I might bite that. Hey, shout out Uncle Derek, bro. I might do that with my friend. Dapper Cool. How long you been doing poetry? What's your backstory? Like,
Well, you know, I don't do poetry. I take vocal lessons. I sing. I've been taking vocal lessons since 2000 back in Philly, which I'm from, born and raised. Prior to that, I was in the choir back in the 4th and 5th grade. But when I was in high school, I pushed it to the back burner, you know, attending choir and singing in the choir. I pushed it in the back burner because I wanted to focus on my studies. But after I graduated from high school in 2000, I decided that I want to take vocal lessons again. So therefore, I had my very first performance at this place called the Clef Club in Philly back in 2004. And ever since then, I've been performing in Philly, you know, at the Clef Club and also doing a couple open mic nights. And when I relocated to Pittsburgh, I started taking vocal lessons up here, and then that's when I started doing open mics and performing in choirs. I actually had a choir performance yesterday, so I'm in a community choir. Yeah, so prior to performing with Poets of Steel and others, I attend choir rehearsals every Wednesday and Saturday, and have choir performances at the church on Sundays. So.
Man, that's crazy. Well, I mean, when I say poet, I meant like, or you have some original songs, though, right? Like
I got original songs.
So he's like poet / songwriter. You know, you're a poets to the added constraint of a melody, and then which is actually technically harder.
I do have original songs, but I didn't get a chance to record them yet because studio time costs a lot of money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, for good studio time, right? But hey, man, the people be waiting, bro. So we wait, give the people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So how many songs do you have on the backlog, like unreleased? Original.
How many did I written? Not released yet. I haven't recorded yet, but as far as written, I'll say more than 10. I probably forgot how the melody goes because it's been so long, but I've written a couple of them. Like I said, just need the opportunity to put it on wax and release it, you know.
So, yeah.
But in the meantime, you know, I'm focusing on my podcast, which is the Cool Podcast with the Cool Brother. You know, I interview artists, entrepreneurs, anybody that has something to say, and you know, that's how that's another way I express myself as well.
No, for sure. Yeah. And then, I remember we talked on Friday, like how you like to have me on your thing. Which I'm definitely, it would be an honor for me to be on there. You know,
Yeah, most definitely.
For sure. How long you been doing the podcast?
I started doing the podcast back in September of last year.
Okay.
A couple of buddies of mine, I'm in a network with them called Studious Minds Network. Shout out to Mr. Alfred Passard and Mr. Christopher Adamson, aka Mr. Chris. Those two are the hosts of this podcast called the Rap Lab Podcast. And also Alfred has a podcast called the Metropolitan Report. It focuses on baseball and his favorite team, which is the New York Mets. So they started a podcast. They started the Rap Lab Podcast, I believe, of January of last year. And I inboxed them to find out how do I go about creating a podcast for myself. And they showed me the ropes, and you know, I learned from them, and here I am today, you know, interviewing artists and episodes and the whole 9 yards. So shout out to them because they influenced me to start a podcast of my own.
Nice, very nice. That's dope.
Yes.
So, and like, I guess, have you just done any? You do mainly local Pittsburgh artists? Have you? I'm guessing.
Yeah, local Pittsburgh artists like Barbados Black,
Okay, nice.
Mr. Trell. I interviewed a singer by the name of Sherelle Unique. Also, Jessie. She was a guest. Sweater Bob. Sabali.
Sabali. Yeah, we did. Yeah, you got all the hard. I'm trying to catch up to you, bro.
I interviewed them. Go check them out. Those interviews out, ladies and gentlemen, on my podcast, available on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, Apple, and also got a website that's linked on my pages on Facebook and Instagram, which I will share before the conclusion of this interview.
And you can share it right now because we'll also drop it in the about sections and then on the post, so like to help funnel traffic, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so yeah, like in terms of your what are your like musical influences? What got you into music? And then the next thing is like the transition for your original songs, your written stuff, and then I guess whatever melodies you have in your head, whether they're already there or songs that you've already trying to sing to, like how would you describe your style? So like from your influences and like what's this artist journey of you trying to express yourself musically, vocally?
My influences are Michael Jackson.
Of course, yeah, the king. What's up, the king of pop? Yeah, I love that
bro. Ralph Tresvant, the lead singer, frontman of New Edition.
Very nice.
Also, the Temptations and like old school Motown artists like the Temptations and the Four Tops, and also 70s R&B like the OJs and the Delphonics, and of course 80s, and of course 90s R&B, but mainly, you know, Michael Jackson, Ralph Tresvant, and Eddie Kendricks from the Temptations, and also Ray Parker Jr. Those four are my main vocal influences.
Your Mount Rushmore. Your Mount Rushmore of Dapper Cool's inspirations.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
And as far as how I would describe music, like something like an old school feel appeal to it. That's why you know, I wear the suits. I want to bring that back because, you know, the artists of yesteryear like Marvin Gaye and Sam Cooke, they go on, and Lou Ross and others, they go on stage, they got the suits and the hats, and, you know, they be swooning the ladies, you know, crooning and whatnot. So I want to bring that back. Like there was a clip of me singing downtown on Smithfield at the open mic competition. This was back when, yeah, May just passed, May the 31st, and I was singing The Temptations Ain't Too Proud to Beg. And there's actually a video of me doing singing that song, and I sung right in front of this woman while she was eating. And she was feeling it, and I was feeling it, you know. I said, I'm not ashamed to come and plead to you, baby. If pleading keeps you from walking out that door, you know, stuff like that. And she was feeling it, I was feeling it, and the audience was feeling it. You know, to me, that was probably my best performance ever
Very
since I
nice.
performed. So
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like, so when you say 70s R&B, I'm like, can you drop a name for 70s R&B?
Yeah, 70s R&B, artists like the OJs, the Spinners.
Yeah, which I'm not familiar with, which I'm guessing that you were influenced by your parents, right? Your parents.
Yes. My parents, they you know, they would listen to Motown and the sound of Philly in the 70s, and I was raised on that music thanks to them, because they used to play that music every single day, especially on the weekends when my mom be cleaning the rooms or the living room. She always blasts the sounds of the 70s R&B and Motown, to be exact. So that's the music that raised me.
For sure. Yeah, same here. Like I'm like, I love 90s R&B, and that was just my parent, or that's all of my 80s, from 80s and 90s R&B and like pop, whatever. That like, Earth, Wind and Fire. I mean, that was my mom's taste and stuff. She got me into. So it's just really cool to see, like, you know, our musical inspirations. You know, a lot of it is heavily passed down by our parents. You know. And then like that ends up shaping our style and stuff. And like, so Michael Jackson too. Yeah. My dad named himself when he entered this country after Michael Jackson. He picked the name Michael legally for Michael Jackson, which is why like MJ is always the GOAT in my mind, you know, my dad. So it's just like, it's really cool. It's really cool. Very, very cool. That's why I'm like, when you say 70s R&B, I'm like, I mean, that's way beyond my time.
But I listen to, you know, 90s R&B. You know, I love 90s R&B. You know,
no, for sure. No, I'm just saying what I'm saying. After this interview, I'm definitely gonna be looking up 70s R&B. I'm gonna be doing some deep dive and research and stuff. You know, I'm gonna see. Yeah. So, which is why I like these interviews too, because I'm like, it helps broaden my tastes. You know, like which helps refine my own, you know, taste and journey and stuff. So. That's really dope, bro. Yeah. So like, in terms of your approach to songwriting, so like, how has like becoming part of these collectives, these creative collectives that you are around local Pittsburgh, like helped you refine your approach to like songwriting and whatnot?
I'll just be, you know, like for instance, Blossom and Sweater Bob, where they be performing, you know, I just be listening to them and their words, and I incorporate what they say to my songwriting. And of course, Sabali, you know, when I moved up here, you know, it was hard for me to find something to do, you know, like there was nothing for me to do, you know, so it took me a while to find my niche. And, you know, when I got introduced to Blossom and Jesse and Candace, you know, there was this virtual open mic called Go Live that was on Facebook due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And, you know, that's how I got introduced to those three. And, you know, ever since then, you know, I became part of their Poets and Still family. But yeah, they're what they be saying influence on my songwriting. You know, I haven't write lately, but I do have some melodies in my head, you know, in my mind, you know, still. So I just gotta put it down on a piece of paper and of course put it on wax.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we're looking forward to that. And also when you do that, or like, you know, maybe you're releasing a single or something, we can have another check-in interview with this, you know, and then like to try to help you maximize exposure and stuff. So yeah, that's lit, bro. Yeah, like, let me think. Yeah, you could definitely, because like a lot of all the artists I met in Pittsburgh, you definitely have your own lane. Because I love the old school, smooth, as you said, dapper, cool, which I call pimp. Like, when I say pimp, like swooner or making ladies swoon type people, like a smoothness, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's just like your artist persona is it's dope. I vibe with it a lot, man, because it's like for me it's like nostalgic too, you know what I mean, with all that stuff. So
definitely, I just wanted to bring something different because I know, when I sing those songs and I be performing with with our age, the crowd of our age, they be like, oh snap, he taking it way back,
yeah, that's what's up, bro.
Yes. Because when I perform New Edition's "Can You Stand the Rain" at this club called 24 in Duquesne.
Oh, yeah, 24.
Club 24 right across from Kennywood, and I was performing "Can You Stand the Rain." Everybody in the audience was singing along to it. It was actually Blossom's event, and I was the first performer, so I had to set the tone, and I'm pretty sure I did. I know I did.
That's
so
what's up. That's what's up.
When I did New Editions, "Can You Stand the Rain," everybody was singing along to it. So I said, okay, yeah. So everybody remembers that song. So
Yeah,
yes.
that's hard, man. Yeah. That's a good way. Yeah, and then that's so cool. Like, yeah, I mean, it feels like you get energized of like bringing people joy from that, like,
Yeah,
and then
definitely
through leveraging the power of nostalgia. Everyone's like, oh, let's bring it back, like back to the times where like just everyone's just being nostalgic, like bittersweet, and like, oh, this is like childhood type stuff, like, and that's just like a place of like comfort and safety, like everyone's like, like, and innocence and happiness, you know what I mean? Yeah, so nostalgia is a very, very powerful emotion, so it's dope, bro. Yeah,
definitely.
So let me ask you this now. It's because you really, I mean, I call it old school. People, man, people in their 20s, they call me old school, just my musical taste. I'm like, bro, I'm really not. So, that I'm like, I don't know what they would call you even, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm saying when you hear like the musical taste and how it's changed over like the preferences of the youth today, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like out of the mood because
Same here, bro.
right, because the state of music today, R&B in particular, is non-existent. Like,
yes.
What happened? It's like it's on the back burner. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's getting played, but it's not getting played on mainstream. Especially, it's not getting played on Pittsburgh radio because they hip hop all day.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have this R&B station, like a mix of old school and new school R&B, but they took it away, and I was no more. I just Spotify with the old school.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting. So what? Well, yeah. So what I've noticed is, at least for, with the hip hop. So like artists like Post. I don't know if you're familiar with Post Malone style, but like the sing-songy, or which was kind of, I guess, pioneered by who's that auto-tune dude?
T-Pain.
Yeah, T-Pain, exactly. Yeah. Fall Love with the Stripper. Yeah. So he was like the original pioneer of that stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like it's kind of evolved into more incorporating these sing-songy, feel-good, chill melodies, depending on the vibe, to to these beats, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's like the intersection of what R&B was for the R&B and rap, right? Hip hop, right? So it's just as you said, like true R&B is like that. Yeah, it's non-existent. But it's actually interesting because 2 interviews before this one, or one of the recent interviews, I don't know if you've heard of Quentin James. He is
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was,
So you know him,
yeah,
yeah.
with him. Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's what? Young, 20-something-year-old artist. You know, he's. I'm like, that's what I liked him because he's like trying to keep R&B the spirit alive. You know, it's pretty dope. So, but I was like, but yeah, he knows he's rare. So, which is good. I'm like, focus, keep on, focus, capitalize on that. You know.
Yes,
So,
yes. I'm familiar with Quentin James. Yeah, I listen to his music. You
hold on.
level up, and of course, the um, rock till morning social lounge.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
yes.
Yeah, so Rocktail Morning, just so everyone knows, Rocktail Morning is a social lounge that they have like these open mic poetry events and just a lot of poets events, and that's where I first met Blossom, who was started the Poets Steel, and then we got an interview, and then yeah, we met,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how I got connected with all these people,
Yeah.
and then yeah, like
Yeah,
Malik and all that.
I definitely remember you at the event because you was dancing your butt off, man.
Oh, oh,
You was in your zone, man. I'm like, yo, this dude is going off, but ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You got the move, man. You
I
got the,
appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
every event that you come, you always be dancing. I'm like, this dude is on his, he on his dance mode every time, man. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Thank you. I mean, it's hard to when I'm in that type of like environment, especially with all these creative and this energy. It's just like, and then there's a good song that comes on. I can't help myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
all right. It's
yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah. And then so it's cool. It's just funny that like, cause yeah, it's those people that I wouldn't even meet, but then later on they're like, oh yeah, I saw you at this, and then you were this. So this is pretty funny, you know. But
Yes.
but yeah, so that let me think of, so you got opener song at Club 24. Are there any other like notable performances you had that, or like something that like maybe someone came after you and like just dapped you and like, yo man, like it said something really inspiring that just like it kept igniting the
Uh,
fire and stuff?
Actually, I had the event at the Club 20. There was a guy that wanted to be on my podcast and wanted me to come to the studio, but I haven't heard from him. Also, an artist by the name of Just Jailer,
Oh yeah, just Jayla. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We interviewed her
she
too.
was there. She was there. She performed. Um, but she was actually at the open competition back in May where I was performing, and she
Okay.
said she wanted to do something with me. So whenever they're ready, I'm open to it.
Yeah,
I'm game.
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, we're looking forward to all these collaborations and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So dang. So do you like, curious? Do you have any what hobbies do you do outside of songwriting and singing?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
What hobbies do you have outside of songwriting and singing, out of your art, outside of your art of
You said
of music?
beats.
Outside of, okay, so yeah, right, okay, currently right now I'm having like bad reception from you, like you're getting cut off and stuff, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry, but my question was, what hobbies do you have outside
Oh,
of singing, of music?
how many beats? Oh, okay.
No, what hobbies?
Hobbies. I'm sorry. Um, working out, reading, spending time with the wife, of course. um, yeah, going to plays, theater. Yeah, just your normal, typical stuff to do. Exercising, reading, of course, listening to music. Going to the theater, spending time with the wife. Yeah, so
Okay, yeah, yeah. Is
simple
there,
stuff.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I mean, what books have are the interest to you, and what books have influenced you, if anything?
Uh, there was this book called The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Wilson.
Hmm.
Um, there was
I've heard of
also
that.
this book. There was also this book called Letters to a Black Man by the actor Hill Harper Jr.
Okay.
those are the two that pops up in my mind.
ISIS
So
Papers and then Letters to a Black Man.
yes.
Okay. I heard of ISIS Papers. Yeah, Letters to a Black Man. Gotcha. So like, well, what kind of how did they influence you? Like what did they what kind of light bulbs did they ignite?
They just they influenced me in a good way, just how to be, a better man, a better black man, to present myself in the world, be a better black man for my loved ones, I was going through a lot, in my life because currently I'm going to therapy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I go to therapy. There's nothing. I know in Black culture too. They like, I mean, it's kind of like stigmatized. They're kind of like down on that, and they're like, or they're like kind of ashamed of it. But I'm like, man, it's 2021. I mean, music is an avenue of therapy itself. But then talking to a professional who understands a lot of these stuff and talks to a lot of people who have similar problems because we're not alone, like there's nothing wrong with that. And I try to be outspoken as well about like, my journey with therapy, and then my journey with mental health as well. So, I'm like, I try to be an open book, like if that encourages others as well. So I'm like, yeah, kudos to you for being open about that. So
yeah, definitely. So that also influenced me to be a better black man, that, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to talk to someone because, like you said, that's looks down because if you do talk to someone or show emotion, you get called a wuss, you get called a punk, and I want to break that stereotype that's not true. So
No, absolutely. If anything, it makes you stronger mentally because you're able to organize your thoughts better. So I'm like, oh, this is like a form of mental upgrading. I'm like, hell yeah, give me some more therapy, please. If I had all the money, I would do therapy every day. You know what I mean? Like trying to talk about like examine different aspects of my life. So what was crazy was I don't know if you know of Royce the 5'9", Detroit rapper.
Yeah, I heard of him.
So
yeah.
Struggled with alcoholism, and then but he's very outspoken about his therapy, and then like and when he was just like, he's like, oh, I love therapy. Like he's just like everyone should do therapy. Like I'm just like, damn. Like he's just like, I'm like, because he when I went through therapy, I'm still going through therapy, but then when I did therapy, like I like go, like, yeah, I was just like, no, that's how I feel. It was just cool, but like, yeah, he had like no shame about it, So I was, and honestly, it's 2021. There's nothing to be ashamed of about this. Everyone's got problems, so whatever, like, yeah, that's really cool, man. Yeah, and I appreciate you being, being honest and vulnerable with us, and that's a sign of strength, not weakness. So
yes, definitely.
Anyone listening, don't get it twisted, Say it. So yeah.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah, that's really dope. It's really dope. So when you go to the theater, so you like watch movies or watch plays?
I like to do watch both.
Okay.
I like to go to plays with my wife. That's the perfect time to go on a date. Take her to the play.
Thanks. Well, I'm taking notes from Mr. Dapper Cool himself. So man, the last play I went to was like 6 years ago in China or something. It was just straight up. Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So what's a good recent play that you saw?
Man, it's been a while, man. But there are my favorites. There's Grease.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The play Fences by August Wilson. That was adaptation, the film adaptation with Denzel.
With Denzel. Yeah, he killed that.
Those are the ones that sticks out in my mind. It's been so many plays that I've attended here.
I got you. What about movies? What would you say your top 3 to 5 movies are?
Let's see. Um, Saturday Night Fever.
I have not even heard that, bro.
Let's see. Wow.
Hold on. You just
Training Day.
Oh, Training Day is hard. Yeah, Denzel, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I actually just recently saw that like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Training Day, Boys in the Hood, Saturday Night
Hood.
Fever. Man. Malcolm X.
Malcolm X is good. Oh, you like a lot of Denzel movies.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually one of my favorite actors.
yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
And my final one, man, that's a tough one. It's so many. I'm gonna go with Juice.
Oh, Juice. Okay, Tupac.
Yes.
Very nice.
I
Very
mean,
nice.
those are my top 5, but I have a lot of favorites. But those are my top 5 right there. And also, John Travolta is my second favorite actor. Those two, Denzel and John Travolta, are my favorite actors. So
Two very, yeah, that's a good top 2. You know what I mean? Yeah, very nice. Okay, what's your favorite John Travolta movie?
John Travolta, of course, Saturday Night Fever.
I didn't see, so I didn't know he was in that. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. There you go. That's a good one.
The movie he did with Nicolas Cage called Face Off.
Oh yeah, that was that's a good one.
Grease, of course, Grease.
Yeah, that's right.
With Olivia
I forgot he was in Grease. And, I like Swordfish. I don't know, like
that was a pretty good movie. Yeah, but those are my 4 favorite movies with John Travolta.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah. No, you got pretty good refined taste. You know what you like and why you like it. Which is good.
Yes.
There's a level of that's at least for me. So that's why I like talking to artists, because there's a level of depth and self-awareness that people who don't pursue art, because a lot of them are too scared to do it, that like you can reach deeper levels and layers of who you are, an understanding of like not just yourself but about humanity, so it's dope. It's really, really cool to see. It's like that's why I ask all these questions. I'm like, yeah, what kind of hobby, blah, blah, blah. So like, yeah. So would you say are you a sporadic songwriter, or are you pretty disciplined about like, writing concepts, or like every day or something? Or how people are different?
I would say the former, sporadic,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I haven't written in a while, but now that you mention it, I might have those creative juices flowing once more. But like I said, I got a lot of songs that I've written, and some of the songs I probably forgot the melody because it's been a while. But yeah, sporadic. But whenever I find the inspiration, that's where I start writing.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so this here might be a suggestion. So like as you might come up with a melody in your head, like voice memo, like hum that stuff, like, because I get a lot of I'll come across beats and I'll Shazam them or something, and I'm like, oh, I gotta write them, and then and I have so much beats on my car, and that's why I put a random playlist, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this beat, and I'll take a picture of that. So I'm like, I gotta do something like that. Anyway, but like I feel like just because human memory is faulty, right? But then if you have like a mood, and then you're like, oh, this is the mood, and then you just document it, like this is the song name to this song for this date. Oh, it might help. You know what I'm saying? Just like trying to utilize technology to our advantage as an artist. Anyway, I found that has been helpful for me. So there you go. Yeah, that's really cool. How long have you and your wife been married?
We've been married for 3 years now. August of this month. This month. August of this year will be 4.
Oh wow! Coming up, 4-year anniversary coming up. Oh,
yes.
what's up?
We got married. We got married in August 11th. That was a Friday of 2017, and 2 days later, August the 13th, on a Sunday of that year, it was my birthday.
Oh, got you,
So
got you.
it was dope. It was
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
So
very, very dope.
yes.
And how long were you dating before you met her?
We've been dating for about
I mean, before you married. Sorry.
yeah. Let's see. Um, we've been dating before that. Like 8, 7 years before we got
Wow.
married.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Damn. Oh,
Let me count that again. Um, yeah, 7 years. 7 years before we.
oh yeah. So
Yeah,
you
7 years.
experienced the 7 year itch where like you're like, you know what? I'm gonna come, I'm gonna go all the way. That's what's up.
Yes,
Yeah, 7
yes.
year itch.
We got engaged back in 2016. So I just popped the question like, "Will you marry me?" And she said, "I will." And here we are. You know what I'm
Wow,
saying?
very nice. All right, so dur- I mean, I I'm just gonna guess like you being an R&B singer, like you probably swooned her a lot with just singing like
Yes,
while y'all.
yes, yes. I did. Yes,
He's like
yes,
guilty as charged. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I'm
Uh-huh.
shameless about it. Whatever. That's
Yes.
hilarious. um, well, in terms of I guess early onset, with the infatuation phase, like, would you say that she was like the subject of a lot of artistic inspiration?
Yeah, 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 definitely. The songs that I've written, she was the inspiration behind them.
Oh, for all of them?
Most of them, yes.
Most of them.
Most of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. There you
Yes,
go.
yes,
Follow the heart, man. That's like that's
yes,
yeah. R&B it just connects with your yeah. It's just it follows the yeah. Home is where the heart is. That's what just following your heart. Like,
yes,
really, really deep emotions and nothing stronger than love. So that's
yes,
dope, man. That's very, very, very dope.
yes,
Dapper cool. Hey,
yes.
yeah, all you youngins take some notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about like being hard. It's not like, there's different ways to do it, but there's like this is some free game for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pick
Yes,
up
sir.
some poetry and pen to a pad, learn like don't train up your vocals a bit. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
That's
Yeah, definitely got to
hilarious.
train the vocals. I got vocal lessons this upcoming Thursday at 6 o'clock downtown. So yeah, definitely got to
Very
be on
nice.
point with the vocals. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Ooh, curious. How have you found like any insights in your vocal lesson training? Like, because it's essentially it's a workout, a muscle that you have to
Yeah,
develop, right?
definitely,
And
definitely.
as well as like in conjunction, you're using your lungs too, like breath
Mhm,
control, all that stuff.
mhm.
So I'm guessing you still, I mean, you like as part of your exercise, you like exercising, not just like for physical,
Yeah,
fitness, but like you're doing your vocal exercises consistently, I'm guessing.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely part of the exercise. And the insight I received going there, I developed my chest voice. Because when I started going to vocal lessons up here, I heavily relied on my head voice, and she brought me out of my vocal instructor brought me out of my comfort zone and helped me find my chest voice. So and I've been using my chest voice a lot, which is good because she said, according to her, that's my true vocal range. So my chest voice. So
Mm. Okay, so for people who might not know anything about singing, can you distinguish between chest voice and head voice?
okay. All right, I'm gonna sing something. This is in my head voice. I need you in my life. Where do I go? What do I do? That's my head voice, chest voice. I need you in my life. Where do I go? What do I do? My chest voice.
Mm,
So yes.
interesting. Gotcha. So then, would you say MJ sang more out of his head voice?
Uh, in his earlier stuff, yeah, I would say
Mm.
so. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's a good guy. Got you. Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to think, yeah, myself. Um, so then, I mean, is and I guess what do different songs or different tracks call there's different situations for which one's needed? Would you say that,
Yeah.
or Yeah, okay, it is. All right. So it's not like you're always gonna rely on your chest voice, right?
Correct. Yes.
Got you, got you, got you.
It all
So
depends. It all depends on the song, you know.
yeah, and then for you, so you had to like be able to isolate both of them, right?
Yes.
And then develop more control within them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, see, we're getting super technical. This is like that's hard, man. Yeah. This is dope. This is dope. This
Yeah.
is what I like. Now you got me wanting to know. After this, I'm gonna like Google vocal lessons in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes, sir.
That's hard, man. That's hard. Oh man, that's dope. All right, so we're coming up to the end of the interview. So this is what we used for our first time artists, you know. So all right. If someone asks, oh, if you could give any aspiring R&B artists, or okay, actually, how about this? What's the message to the youth that if you were to die tomorrow, what is the message to the youth that you would like to be remembered by, like one simple sentence?
I just want people to remember me. You know, I just want them to remember me how I was, you know, a good, kind-hearted man that helped people when it was needed. You know, if they needed a shoulder to cry on or listening ear, or if they needed help with something. So yeah, I just want people to remember me as a good, kind-hearted, respectable young man, and they can go back and say, "Yo, that Malik, he was a good dude," you know. So
For
yeah,
sure, and I'm sure, and I say that I'm sure people will, and people still do say that while you're alive, and you know, so and yeah, as long and you know, you until you know, or for the rest of our life, your life on this earth, you know, and
right,
hopefully it's as long as it can be, you know. So,
right.
um, what advice would you give to any aspiring R&B singer now that's trying to come up now?
You know, um, just keep going, man. You know, don't give up on your passion. You know, um, keep at it. You know, there'll be bumps in the road, but you'll overcome those bumps, and you know, you overcome those hurdles, and keep at it, man. Don't give up. You know, keep on striving, keep on thriving. You know, don't give up. Keep going. You
Mm,
know, there's gonna be people that's going to support you, but as long as you continue to support yourself and do what you do, and you know, just give it your all, give it your 100%, 110%, 200. You know, don't stop, don't quit, don't give up. Keep going until you make it. Sky's the limit. You know, the future is out there. You know, go for your dreams. You know, if you want it, go get it. It's out there. Nobody's gonna give it to you. You got to go out there and get it. You know, and once you get it, hold on to it as long as you can. So
there you
that's
go.
my message.
Oh, mic drop on that motherfucker. What's up, baby? Let's go.
Yeah.
Malik Long spitting that truth. What's up, baby? Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir.
Dapper Cool. Yo,
Yeah.
Mr. Smoothness. Like, you know, bringing the old school back. Yeah, that's some real shit, dude. I really enjoyed this interview. You're and like
Too.
learning more about you to the depth of your persona and everything, and then you know like why you
Yeah.
do the things you do, and like everyone
Hmm.
check him out, Dapper Cool. Wait, what's your socials?
Yeah, my social is Instagram Cool Malik
Yeah,
82.
Cool Malik
Um,
82. There you go.
of course Facebook Malik Long, and also Twitter Smooth Malik 82. Also, like I said, I have a podcast called the Cool Podcast with the Cool Brother, and I have a website for my podcast, and the website link is in my bios on my Facebook and Instagram page. And
And
if you
we'll share it all down in the about stuff
okay,
once after we edit. Yeah.
yes, and
All
if you
right.
want to if you want
Yeah.
to be
No,
a guest, if you want to be a guest, just inbox me or email me at the cool podcast at AOL.com. I actually got an interview, 3 interviews this Saturday. I mean, no, not this Saturday, this Tuesday, 2 in person and 1 online audio this Tuesday, and I'll have another one on Saturday. So yeah, and next Tuesday.
He booked up. People be waiting in line on for this guy. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah. So Malik, thank you for this. This is fun for me. You know, I hope it was fun for you. Yeah,
definitely was, man.
And
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll definitely schedule something for our interview. For me being on your podcast. But yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the cool Malik Long, aka Dapper Cool, Mr. Smooth, all that, the cool brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, have a good one, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. Peace and blessings, pretty ladies and smooth gentlemen. Peace and blessings.
For sure. Peace and blessings, everyone. All right.